So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to talk about something here special. So, I want us to learn about fractions. I want us to learn about fractions. Okay, so that is what I want us to study now. Fractions. We all know what fractions are. So, I want to learn fractions. So, we have various types of fractions. Types of fractions. Types of fractions. So, how many types of fractions do we have? So, under types of fractions, we have three types of fraction. 1, 2, 3. So, the first type of fraction is proper fraction. Proper fraction. So, the second one is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. And the third one is, so we have proper fraction, mixed fraction, and the third one we have improper fraction. Improper fraction. So these ones are the three types of fractions that we have: proper fraction, mixed fraction, then improper fraction. So when you're talking about proper fraction, it can be either 2 over 5. 2 over 5 as a smaller number is on top of a bigger number. So that one is a proper fraction. When you have a mixed fraction, before I talk about mixed fraction, let me talk about the improper fraction. Is now the opposite, 5 over 2, meaning that a bigger number is on top of a smaller number. So now the mixed fraction in this case, we can have 2 maybe and a half. That's a mixed fraction. So now the proper fraction is the smaller number on top of a bigger number. Then improper fraction is where a bigger number is on top of a smaller number. Then mixed fraction is, for example, is 2 and a half. So these ones are the type of fractions that we have. The proper fraction, the mixed fraction, and the improper fraction. Those ones are the three major types of fraction. So I want us to learn, if we are given this 2, like 1 over 6, we add to 2 over 7. 1 over 6 add to 2 over 7. So what do we do? There's a shorter method. This one is you just multiply 6, multiply by 7, which is 42. Then here you multiply 7 by 1 is 7, plus 6 by 2 is 12. So now when you have 7 plus 12, the answer is 19 over 42. So that is usually the shortest method that you can work it out. So let us try another one. So another one, let us pick, for example, we have a fraction like 2 over 9. We add to 2 over 9, we add to, let's pick, we add it to 5 over 6. So like, for example, this one, let's use the same method. You just multiply 9, multiply by 6, which is 54. So here you now pick 6 by 2 and 9 by 5. 6 by 2 is 12. Okay, then you add it to 9 by 5, which is 45. So 9 by 5 is 45, 6 by 2 is 12. So 12 plus 45, what does it brings? 12 plus 45, it brings around plus 7, 57. over 54. So when you have, for example, 57 over 54, you have 57 over 54. Then now you can change this one from, this one is an improper fraction. You can now change it into the other type of fraction. I want us to pick another one. Let's, for example, have the last one. So maybe you have 3 out of 5 plus a half. 3 out of 5 plus a half. So here you are just going to pick, this one is you multiply this side is 10. Then from there you multiply 3 by 2, which is 6. Then you add to 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. So there you shall have 6 plus 5 is 11 over 10. So from there 11 over 10, just change it into a mixed fraction, that is 1 whole and 1 over 10. That shall be the answer. How we got that? You simply check 10 goes into 11 how many times? 1 time. So, and 1 times 11 is 11, remainder 1 out of 10. So that is how you work out those sums. It is as easy as that. Let's now talk about the one for the subtraction part now. So let's have 5 over 6. 5 over 6 we subtract from 2 out of 9. Okay, so the same case, we check we multiply 6 by 9, which is 54. So we shall have our 54 here. Then from there we multiply 9 by 5, which is 45. Then we subtract from 6 by 2, which is 12. So in that case, anyone with the calculator, tell us 45 multiply from 12, there we shall have around 33. So we shall have 33 out of 54. So that is the same method we are getting when you work out these sums to do with the subtraction. I want us to pick for the last one, then we move to the next. Okay, so let's have this number like 3 over 5 subtract from half. The formula is simple, the ones that you have been using. You just multiply 5 by 2, you get 10. Then from there, you multiply 2 by 3, you get 6. You subtract from 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. So 6 subtract from 5 is 1 over 10. And the answer is as that, 1 over 10. So these ones are the ones that are just simple addition and subtraction. Let's now work out the other part for the division sign or multiplication. Let's start from the multiplication now. So multiplication, we have a number like this, 2 over 5. You multiply by 6 over 7. So a number like 2 over 5 multiplied by 6 over 7. So what are you going to do? We are not going to do the way we are multiplying 5 by 7. No, it's impossible. So here we are just going to multiply the numerator directly. Then from there we multiply the denominator. That is 2 multiplied by 6, which is 12 over 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. Then from there you simplify. You simply check the number that can go 12 and 35, and there's no number that can divide 12 and 35. So this one becomes the answer. Let's name this one example 1. Let's now pick the example 2. Example 2, in this case you can have maybe 3 over 7 multiplied by 6 over 8, like that. So when you have this second example, that is 3 over 7 multiplied by 6 over 8, we just multiply the numerator directly, then the denominator directly. That is 3 multiplied by 6, that is 18, then over 7 multiplied by 8, which is 56. 6. Now in this case, the number that is given, there's need to simplify it. If you leave it like that, like this, you might get a wrong answer. So which number can go between 18 and 56? Let's pick 2. So 2 goes into 18 9 times. 2 goes into 56, 28 times. So our answer now becomes 9 out of 28. So that is now the answer. Okay, so that is how we work out the multiplication part of it. Is a recap. 2 over 5 multiplied by 6 over 7. What to do? We've said you just multiply the numerator part of it. Then it becomes 2 by 6, which is 12. Then 5 by 7 becomes 35. So since you have 12 over 35, you cannot simplify it further. So you leave it that way. So when you come to the second one, 3 over 7 multiplied by 6 over 8, you simply work out the numerator. That is 3 by 6, which is 18, and 7 by 8, which is 56. Then from there, 18 and 56, there's need to simplify it. So when you simplify it, you just pick 2. 2 goes there 9, 2 goes to 56, 28. So the answer become 9 out of 28. So unless anyone has a question, if there's no question, we can proceed. Let's now talk about the last part of multiplication before we move to division. Okay, so the last part, maybe someone to do it for us. I know you guys are watching me. So if we have a number like 3 out of 8 multiplied by 3 out of 8 multiplied by 2 out of 5 times, again this one is now 3 times 3 out of 8 times 2 out of 5 multiplied by a half. So what shall be the answer in this case? What shall be the answer? 3 over 8 multiplied by 2 over 5 multiplied by a half. So the answer shall be, in this case, we shall have the numerator first. That is 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. That is 6 out of 8 multiplied by 5, which is 40. 40 multiplied by 2 is 80. So we shall have 6 out of 80. You cannot leave your answer like this, so there's a need for simplification. So let's pick 2. 2 goes into 6, 3. 2 goes into 80. How many times? 40 times. So our answer now becomes 3 out of 40. 3 out of 40 now becomes our answer. So these ones are how we work out the sums to do with the multiplication side. The multiplication, you just work out the numerator. Then from there you move to the denominator. After working out the numerator and the denominator, then from there you do what? You simplify, then you shall get the answer. So let's now move to the division part. I want us to pick the same number that we have here. We divide 3 over 8 divided by 2 over 5. So let's have it 3 out of 8 divided by 2 out of 5. So we have that number that you'd written there. So this one is now a division, don't confuse. So we have now 3 over 8. So we change this one. We have the reciprocal. So instead of writing it 2 out of 5, you write it 5 out of 2. So when you have the reciprocal, the division sign shall change to multiplication sign. So we shall now multiply by 5 out of 2. So now let's check. 3 cannot cancel this, the ones cannot cancel the other. So our answer shall now be 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15 over 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. So our answer shall be 15 out of 16. You just take 3 over 2 divided by 2 over 5. So when you change it to 5 over 2, there's a reciprocal of 2 over 5, which is 5 over 2. So the division sign shall change to multiplication sign. Then from there, you work out the numerator on its sides. Then the denominator should also work out on its side. So the answer becomes 15 out of 16, which is very, very interesting. I want us to look at another example for division. Let's have 9 over 10 divided by 9 over 10 divided by 3 over 5. So there's a sum there. Anyone who has done it? 9 over 10 divided by 3 over 5. So guys, if you're joining this channel for the first time, consider subscribing. So we have 9 out of 10. So we'd say that this shall change, so we shall have 5 over 3. So when you have 5 over 3, the division sign shall change. It shall be the multiplication. So here we shall have 5 over 3. So let's now simplify. At least now this one you can simplify. 9 by 3, you can simplify 10 by 5. So let's pick 3. 3 once. 3 goes into 9 3 times. So 5 here once. 5 goes into 10 2 times. So we have 3 multiplied by 1, which is 3. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 all over. 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So we have 3 over 2, and we cannot leave it this way. So we need to put it into a mixed fraction. So we need to change 3 over 2 into a mixed fraction. You simply take 2 goes into 3 how many times? 1 times. That gives us 2. And 3 subtract from 2 is 1 and 2. So that the answer becomes 1 and a half. So the answer becomes 1 and a half. So we've worked out the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, and now we've talked about this one for the last one. That is the division. I want us now to work at the ones that are now complicated. So when you say complicated, they are not that hard, but they require our attention so that you can answer them. So this one is the first one. That is 10 over 7. That is 10 over 7. If you have your calculator, you can check 10 subtract, but this one now don't require calculator. 10 over 7 subtract from 5 over 8. Then this one inside the bracket, multiply by 2/3, multiply by 2/3 all over 3 over 4 all over 3 over 4 plus 12 over 7 times 7 over 4 times again 7 over 3. So this one is a very easy one. As long as you just follow what we were doing, you will always get this sum correctly. So with this, in this case, we're going to begin with this one. We have what is called the BODMAS. If you guys remember what BODMAS is, so B starts for the bracket. So we are going to work out the bracket first. This one stands for bracket. So we are going to work out the bracket first. So if you work out the bracket of this, so let's start. Here we shall have 7 multiplied by 8. That one I've talked about the other time when you are doing subtraction. So that is 56. So we shall have our 56 there. Okay. Then now we shall have 8 times 10 is 80. Okay. Then 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. It's 35. Then you shall close the bracket, then multiply by 2 out of 3. Then multiply by 2 out of 3. So here we have 80 subtract from 35. And the answer is 45. So here we shall have 45. Here we shall have 45 out of 56. 45 out of 56 multiplied by 2 over 3. Okay, so let's proceed. So 45, let me write it here. 45 out of 56 multiplied by 2 over 3. So in this case, we are going to simplify this fraction. So 3 here once, 3 into 45, 15 times. Okay, So here we shall have 2 here ones, 2 into 56 we shall have 28. So 15 multiplied by 1 is 15, 15 out of 28, 15 out of 28. So this 15 out of 28 is the one that we've worked out here up. 10 over 7 minus 5 over 8. So that one, this number inside the bracket, we've got it as 45 over 56, the number inside the bracket. Then we've multiplied by 2 over 3. And this one is the 2 over 3 that we have, is what we've multiplied. And we've got the answer as 15 over 28. So the numerator is 15 out of 28. This one here, this one is 15 out of, this one is 15 out of 28. So that one is 15 out of 28. So now let's work out this other one. Allow me to put it here fresh so that you guys can see. So we were having that number as 3 out of 3 over 4 plus 12 over 7 multiplied by 7 over 4 times 7 over 3. So this one is the number that you are having. 3 over 4 plus 12 over 7 multiplied by 7 over 4 times 7 over 3. So what are we going to do? We are going to work out these ones first. This one first, the number inside the brackets. Let's work it out. 7 here ones, 7 here ones. 3 here ones, 3 into 12, 4 times. Okay. The reason as to why we're working it out first is because we want to prioritize the number that is the one that is begins with the multiplication part of it. So here we have 4 multiplied by 1 times 7, that is 28, all over 1 multiplied by 4, that is 28 over 4. So this one can still simplify it further by, say, 4 here ones into 28 7 times. So the answer becomes 7 over 1. The one that is inside the bracket becomes 7 over 1. So we shall have 3 over 4 now, this one, plus 7 over 1. So as we had said last time, this one is just, we multiply, then 1 times 3 is 3, plus this one is 28. So here becomes 28 plus 3, 31 out of 4. 31 over 4. So when we have 15, our numerator was 15 out of 28. We now divide it, because over means divide by 31 over 4. So here we shall have 15 over 28 times, this one is now 4 out of 31. So 4 here once, 4 into 28, 7 times. So we have 15. So our answer is now 15 all over 31 multiplied by 7 is 217. So that now becomes the answer. Okay, so I want us to check another one, another example. I want us to work out this one. 38. So this one is 3 over 8. Then you put into bracket 38 over 5 minus 55 over 36 times 12 over 5. So if in this case, if you're given this sum here, if you're given this 3 over 8 into bracket 38 over 5 minus 55 over 36 times 12 over 5. what are you going to do in this case? We are going to work out the multiplication part of it. Then we shall subtract from 38 over 5. So that is what we are going to work out. So let's work it out just inside the bracket. So 12 here once, 12 into 36, how many times? 3 times. 3 times. Because 12 times 3 is 36. 6. So 12 times 3 is 36. So here we shall have 3 times. So 5 here once, 5 into 55, 11 times. So you shall have 38 over 5. Now you subtract from 11 multiplied by 1 is 11 over 3. 11 over 3. So let's work out that sum. So I've said in this case, if you're given this sum, what are you going to do? You're just going to multiply directly. 3 times 5 is 15. Then now we shall have 38 multiplied by 3. Ama 38 times 3. Okay. Work out 38 times 3. 38 times 3 is 114. So we subtract from 55. Where does 55 comes? 11 multiplied by 5. So 114 subtract from 55. We are going to have 59. So here is 59 out of 15. So 59 out of 15 is this, the whole of this is the number inside the bracket. 38 over 5 subtract from 55 over 36 multiplied by 12 over 5. So what we have seen is that we are going to work out multiplication first. So we've cancelled this part, 5 here once, 5 into 55, 11. Then here we've taken 3, 12 here once, 12 into 36, 3 times. So we shall have 11 times 1, that is 11. 3 times 1 is 3. Then we shall subtract this one, 38 over 5. The reason why we are doing this is that you are following the BODMAS rule. So here we shall have 5 multiplied by 3, that is 15. Then 38 times 3 is 114. 5 by 11 is 55. 114 subtract from 55 is 59 over 15. So that is what is inside the bracket. Now, outside the bracket you have 33 over 8. So outside the bracket means we multiply. So here we are going to multiply by 3 over 8. So when we reach here, we are going to do what? We are going to cancel 3 here once, 3 into 15, 5 times. So now we shall have 1 multiplied by 59. That is 59. All over 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. As you can see, we cannot leave this number this way, 59 out of 40. So we are going to simplify it. 40 goes into 59 how many times? 1 times. That becomes, so 1 time, that 1 times leads us to a number that is 40. So it goes there 1 times, that gives us 40, and 59 subtract from 40 is 19 out of 40. So this one is now becomes the answer, 1 and 19 out of 40. And you can check how we had started it all this time, and how we had done the multiplication. We first simplify, then we divide both sides, then from there we arrive at 38 over 5 minus 11 over 3. Then we subtract. So the number inside the bracket is 59 over 15. Then now we bring 3 over 8. So we multiply it by 3 over 8. So when it is multiplied by 3 over 8, we simply simplify. Like here we have picked 3. 3 here once, 3 into 15, 5. So here now 1 times 59 is 59. And 8 times 5 is 40. So that's why we have arrived at that particular answer. Okay, so we're still on dealing with fractions. That's why I've said that maths is one of the subject that is very, very interesting, easy to understand, and you can always score very good grades in maths. Whenever you are given any math sum, you can always score a good grade. So this one is now simple. Again, we have 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 multiplied by 7 over, 3 out of 4 multiplied by 2 over 3. 3 out of 4 multiplied by 2 over 3. 3 over 4 multiplied by 2 over 3. So this math is so simple, and I believe a lot of you can always score it right. A lot of you can always score it right. So maybe you can still calculate it. Okay, 3 out of 4 multiplied by 2 out of 3. So in this case, what we are going to do, we are going to just multiply it directly. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So we shall have our 12 there. Then now we are going to multiply 3 by 3. That is, this one is, some people usually do it this way, and this one you are not supposed to work it out. So when you're given such a sum, you just take it 3 out of 4 multiplied by 2 out of 3. So here you're just going to work it out directly. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6 all over 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Then from there you cancel 6 here 1, 6 into 12, 2. Then the answer is a half. So the answer now becomes a half, that is 1 over 2. So 3 over 4 multiplied by 2 over 3, just multiply the numerator directly, that is 3 multiplied by 2. Then you multiply the denominator directly, that is 4 multiplied by 3, that is 6 out of 12. So once you reach there, you simply simplify, then you get a half, that is 1 over 2. It is different when someone gives you such a sum, 3 out of 4 plus 3 out of 4 plus 2 out of 3. This one is easy. You just simply multiply 4 by 3. That is 12. Now you work out these numbers here. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 plus 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So once you've got it that way, 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 over 12. Then once you get 17 over 12, you don't leave the answer as the 17 over 12. It will be wrong when you leave it this way. So this way we are going to do what? We are going to simplify it. So we say 12 goes into 17 how many times? Once. That gives us 12. And 12 times, okay, that gives us 12. And now that 12 times 17 subtract from 12 is 5. So you have 1 and 5 over 12. So that is what becomes the answer. So it is a very, very simple sum. You can always work it out within no minutes, and you are there with your answer, smiling that you've done what? You've done your part. So that is how these things are usually easy, very easy maths that you can always pass anytime. So maths is all about working out the calculations, getting the answers, and you do what? You proceed. You work out the calculation, you get the answers, you proceed with you. Yeah, so that is what maths is all about. That is what maths is all about. It's all about working out the task daily so that you don't forget the things that you've learned. Once you have maths, you have to keep on working out so that you end up with the best answers. You avoid failing. You continue working hard so that you get the best and the best and the best. So that is how you work out 3 over 4 plus 2 over 3. So it's the same way when you are working out any other sum. It shall always lead to such and such answers. It shall always lead to such answers, and you shall always able to be in a good position of scoring better marks. Good position of scoring better marks. Better marks comes with working maths each and every day without stopping. So that is how we work out the addition part. So once you're given the addition, don't struggle like you don't know what LCM is, you don't know how you're working out this. So you simply grab your pen, go to the question straight, work out the question with no problem or with no difficulties. So you simply take your pen, you grab, you simply start working out maths. You simply start working out maths. Okay, so let's proceed. And us now to look at the squares and square roots. The squares, and square root. Let us look at the squares and square roots. So like for example, if you are asked to work out the square of 2, so the square of 2 is 2 squared. So that is like you're giving us 2 multiplied by 2. So 2 squared is 2 multiplied by 2. And the answer is 4. And the answer is 4. Another one, you are given to work out 3 squared. So 3 squared is like you're saying 3 multiplied by 3. And the answer is 9. Okay? And the answer is 9. Maybe you are given again 6 squared. So 6 squared is 6 multiplied by 6. and the answer is 36, and the answer is 36. So that is how we work out the squares of numbers. That is how we work out the squares of numbers. The squares of numbers. So 2 squared is 2 times 2. 3 squared is 3 times 3. That is 9. 6 squared is 6 by 6. And what have you? And I shall have done there properly. I shall have done that question in a nice and lovely way. Nice and lovely way. Okay, in a nice and lovely way. Nice and lovely way. So I want us to proceed to another thing. Okay, so this one is our last example. We have the square root of 0.125 all over 0.064 all over 0.064 multiply by the square root of 64 all over the square root of 629 all over the square root of 629. So this example, we are doing it in a short while. So we have the example there. So we are doing that example in a short while.